Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10's across the board.
10,
Oh, period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're
10s.
10's.
That
A
doesn't-
10
we
out
didn't
of
say
10
that
is
being on a
perfect.
scale of 1 to
What up, what up, what up? This is your boy Agree to Disagree coming at you again with another video review. The video that we are reviewing today is called You Think You're a 10? Reason I wanted to review this video is because I just had a conversation about how people, mainly women, have such a hard time admitting that they are average. So I haven't watched the video yet, so I'm very curious to see how this video plays out. So I'm not going to belabor the moment. Let's get right to it. See what we got.
Who is better at self-improvement, men or women?
women.
Self-improvement, definitely women.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10's across the board.
10,
Oh, period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're
10s.
10's.
That
A
doesn't-
10
we
out
didn't
of
say
10
that
is
being on a
perfect.
scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Facts.
Well, what would be
Damn
be
near
perfect then?
close.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Yes, 100%.
So then why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect?
Because you should feel in your own way that you
Yeah,
are perfect,
yeah, you
because
should
that's
embrace
confidence.
that, because that's manifesting that you are a 10.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me. No, that doesn't.
No, because I mean, the universal scale.
You gotta
Yeah.
speak in the microphone.
Is it?
Universal scale, we're talking about like 20, right?
Right.
So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves,
Yeah.
but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
All right, so there's thinking highly of yourself, and then there's delusion. So do you really think you're a 10 out of 10, or are you just lying to yourself? Because that's what it seems like to me. Is like they don't really believe that themselves, but they're trying to like convince themselves. So they have to say, you know, I'm a 10 out of 10, or I'm so beautiful, or I'm so this, you know. But like, it's okay to be like, yo, like, yeah, I think I'm like a 7. I think I'm like a 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to admit that, and you can still think like, yo, I'm a great person. But as far as like looks go, I'll probably like a 6 or a 7. Just, you know, can you still survive like that? Like, I'm pretty sure you can.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's
Never,
not a
never
limit.
enough.
There's not a limit.
There's never
There's not a
never
limit.
too much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
out in the outer
You
space.
should have the most confidence.
Okay,
in
high
yourself.
in the sky.
What is
And so look, oh god, and this is the reason why, you know, it's so hard for average guys to date out here in this society, because you have average women thinking they're 10 out of 10. So when an average guy comes and approaches them and tries to talk to them, they act like they're too good for him. Like, oh no, you this, you that, you make an average a bit of money, you the average height, blah blah blah, and they're thinking they're 10 out of 10s. When really you're average. So when an average guy approaches you, you should be welcoming. You should be like, oh yeah, like this is legit. This is right down my lane. This is right down my alleyway. But now you're over here deluding yourself, thinking that you're, I don't know, some kind of model. I mean, you blocking your own blessings.
What's more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
Also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a
It's
contradiction?
very possible.
Yeah,
Look,
it
look
is.
at that one. Like, you know, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and down to earth at the same time. And I'm single, so
But we know that we know that we're
Not
not better
surprising.
than anybody else.
Okay, is it possible to improve without taking accountability?
No.
Yeah, you have to be self-aware and accountable for
What's the
it.
last mistake you took accountability for?
Damn.
The last mistake I took
Probably-
accountability for?
Always being late.
Okay. Why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because it take a long time to look
Yeah.
good, boo.
Yeah. Like we have so much to do. We have to like do our hair, our makeup.
Procrastination, basically.
Well, why not just start getting ready earlier?
Procrastination.
Okay. If you were on a first date, how long would you wait for a man who was late?
Not at all.
I wouldn't wait. If you're late.
Honestly, past 10 minutes.
I would say if they're communicating with me,
Yeah.
I give it
Yeah.
10 minutes.
With communication,
I give it like 10,
it's
15
fine.
minutes.
Yeah, if they're communicating.
As long as there's like letting me know what's up.
Okay. When preparing for a special night out on the town, how much consideration do you give towards being on time?
None. I have 15 minutes to make it to a club, and I still got to go change and get ready.
Zero.
Zero.
Zero?
Zero.
Why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because
Because
they
we
take
have more
fucking
stuff.
hours to
No,
get
we
dressed.
have more
They
stuff
wanna
to
do
do.
eyelashes,
We have more stuff to
eyebrows.
do. All they have
wanna
to do is take a
feet,
shower.
nails, hands.
A
They want
shower
to wax
and get
that
dressed.
coochie
We
before
got
they
way more shit
get
to
out.
do.
They want to do all
We
type of
have
shit.
way more shit to do. They don't have nothing to do besides take a shower, hair already cut, throw an outfit on.
We're just
That's
always
fair.
late because we do so much when we're trying to get somewhere. Like when we're getting ready, we dance and sing, and it's like we haven't done anything.
Okay. I often hear the excuse to be fashionably late, right? Why is fashionably late a thing when women are capable of being on time for a job?
I don't think it's an excuse.
Why do modern women have more of a problem submitting to a husband than they do submitting to an employer?
What was the question?
In other words, why do women think they are free when they serve their employers, but slaves when they serve their husband and children?
Because the employers give us money. Our husbands give us headaches.
So men don't give you money? I thought men were providers.
They are, but I know for sure I'm going to get paid on the 1st of 15. I don't know with him.
Okay. What's one thing you wish men understood better about women?
Catcalling, it's not appreciated.
There's a difference from being creepy and then just trying
charming.
to being charming.
And complimenting. Catcalling is not complimenting.
You know what the difference is between being creepy and complimenting? The difference is if the guy looks good, then is complimentary. If the guy looks ugly, then it's creepy. That's pretty much the only difference.
A compliment.
What does the behavior of approaching a woman respectfully look like?
It looks like a man coming up to you and just giving you literally a normal compliment. Like your outfit.
And also probably talking to you about yourself other than talking to you about your looks and what you look like.
Instead of being like, damn, girl, that ass is fat, how about be like, wow, like you're a beautiful woman.
Makeup looks nice.
Yeah.
Something like that other than complimenting your physical.
If a man gives you a compliment and a woman gives you a compliment, does it have different meaning to you if it's the exact same compliment?
Yes. If a woman
Yes.
gives it to me, then it means way more. If
Yeah.
a man gives
Oh
it to
yeah.
I'm like,
A compliment from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman.
me, means a
Now
lot.
that's something.
So what advice would you give to a man who maybe wants to come up?
Yo, this is actually a very good point, and this is why I tell dudes like, don't be so nice, don't over compliment women, because they get shallow compliments all the time, and their thought process is you're just saying this to be nice or try to get in their pants. So when you compliment, you know what I mean? In their mind, you're doing that to every woman. So it really doesn't mean much, which is, you know, like why they say it means more from a woman, because the woman is just like is genuinely complimenting her, and she doesn't want something out of it, right? So when you're just complimenting, they're thinking like, okay, nigga, what do you want? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want something out of this. This is why you're telling me these things. And so that's why you should use compliments sparingly, you know, like maybe at the beginning of the day, you know, maybe slide one in and, you know, in the middle. Like, don't over compliment, because she's just gonna get turned off by that, and it's not gonna go well for you.
And say something nice without being perceived as creepy?
Approach a woman nicely, say, I just want to let you know you're beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, instead of just like maybe you could
Or
if she's into
don't-
it, if she's into it, stand there, wait a second. But if you could tell she's like, like then walk away.
Also, go into it like not thinking that you're gonna
Get something out of it.
Yeah, get her right away.
Yeah.
Do women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Honestly, yes. It's probably rude, but yes.
So then isn't it entirely subjective?
Yes.
So then if so, why should a guy even bother trying to be romantic unless the woman already shows interest?
Well, I think it depends on the girl also. Like it depends on who you
I
are.
mean, if an ugly man came up to me and was like, "You're beautiful," I'd be like, "Thank you so
Well, aren't
much."
you also saying that it depends on the guy?
Yeah, it depends on the.
It does.
But,
I'm gonna
but
be
like
honest.
she said, like if an ugly guy comes up to me and is like, "Oh, like you look very beautiful," then
Someone that she thinks ugly, but let's say I don't think they're ugly, that's the difference. So like attractive.
Everyone
is a
has
scale.
Yeah,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Women will often say things like, all men cheat or men only want one thing. Are women more likely to accept negative generalizations about men than they are about women?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think so because a lot of guys are different. There is like a 50% of them that are like good, like they're really nice and respectful, but there's other like ones that just don't have that. And they do whatever the fuck they want and
Okay.
act a fool.
Okay. But why is it when it comes to calling out female behavior, it depends on the woman?
Because women are weird as well.
Yeah, women do the same shit. There's some shicey ass girls out here in Vegas, especially.
Okay, yeah. A lot of them are on my channel, but you're not one of them, so. If women don't need men, why do women date men?
For their own pleasure.
What do you mean?
We don't need them, but we want them.
We want the attention. We like the attention.
I don't know, maybe procreation, boredom, the need to not be alone.
Well, why not just date a woman?
Look, I do that, so I don't know.
Okay, why not just date a woman?
Because I'm
It's
not
a
into
different
that.
attention.
Okay, so why do women date men?
Because they have a penis.
Dick.
So if women want dick, how is that different than men sexually objectifying women?
Because women have more feelings. I mean, they do that, but there's feelings come behind it. Where men, they just.
If women don't need men, why do women date men?
Dick.
Okay, how is that different than men objectifying women sexually?
Damn, that's a good ass question.
All right, so the truth is that women do need men, and that's just the cold hard truth. But women just don't like to admit that, and you know we need each other. Men need women as well. So, you know, I think the only difference is men are okay with admitting that yes, you know, I need a woman in my life, but for whatever reason, when women say like, oh, I need a man, you know, they think that as, they take it as weakness, like they're admitting to weakness, but it's not weak to say that you need somebody, right? Like we're meant to be codependent on each other. I mean, that's how we're here. That's how we're able to produce life, and that's how we were able to, you know, move forward, you know, in this world. We balance each other. It's like a yin and a yang, and so we need each other. And you know, as soon as everyone can just swallow their pride and admit that, we can move forward together.
I don't have an answer.
We really can't provide nothing but pussy. At the end of the day. That's true.
Okay, so then how come when you ask a woman what she brings to the table, that's not her answer?
Because they're not being true to themselves.
Okay, interesting. All right.
And see what is happening here is that in her mind she reduced men to their man parts, and so with that logic, now she's like, well, you know, women are nothing but their female parts. And so now she's like, oh yeah, the only thing we can really bring is our body. But y'all bring, in honesty, y'all bring so much more, right? Y'all bring comfort. You make a house a home. You know, A good woman is someone a man can be vulnerable and honest with. You know, someone who can bring intimacy, someone who could be supportive, someone who could be motivating. There's no greater motivation for a man than a good woman. And so, you know, you have to realize the value that we bring to each other. And just like how a man can bring leadership, stability, you know, understand the value that we bring each other. And so that when you go out there, you know, looking for a partner, you know what to look for. Versus like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get the cheeks, or you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just get some slong afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, come
on. So why do women complain about being sexually objectified when you think that the JJ is pretty much all they're bringing?
That's a good question. Wow. Next question, Steven.
You don't have an answer? Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. Do you think a woman's body count matters in dating?
No.
Well, yes. Okay. When guys look at it, yes, because for females to have sex, we have to give them consent, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when a guy has sex with a female, he scored basically.
Okay. So it's unladylike for a woman to go sleep with several guys, you know what I mean? Because back in the day, women didn't sleep with someone, or they didn't even lose their virginity. They got married virgins, you know what I mean? So that's how it's been. So that's already been like the stigma for women. So when dudes do it, it's already okay because it's been okay for so long. They had prostitution going on all the way back when Jesus was alive, you know what I mean? So that's why people still make it okay today.
Yeah, it definitely matters. We like to say it doesn't, and it shouldn't, but it does.
Now, the fact that you also like women, does it matter to lesbian women the same way that it matters to men?
No.
That's interesting. How do you explain the difference there?
I feel like a lot of times, when it comes to that, it's the idea of you being more experienced. Not saying that people are against messing with a first-time person, but that's such a emotional attachment experience. If I'm the first person taking your virginity, well, if you come across somebody that's already know what they're doing, then yeah, you're kind of.
All right, so first off, body count definitely matters. I've had several people try to fight me on this topic, but you know, as much as we don't like it, you know, body count matters. And I think, you know, people try to fight against it because they know they got a whole bunch of bodies under them. And I'll be honest, I wish I can take away some of them bodies. Go back in time and no, don't take that body. Don't take that body. Because one, you're cheapening yourself. And you also got to understand soul ties, man. You shouldn't have soul ties with this person, that person, you know, and this person. And bro, it just looks bad when you've been physically intimate with half the block. You know what I mean? It just, you know, and that goes for both men and women. And, you know, even if they're oh, that person's inexperienced, y'all can learn each other. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can have someone who is experienced sexually, but y'all may not have that chemistry. So to me, you know, if that's what you're worried about, man, it's all about communication, learning your partner, learning what they want, learning what they don't want. And so y'all can, you know, grow sexually or find a sex coach, all that different kind of stuff, man. You don't have to go and sleep with 50, 60 people so you can be oh yeah, I know what to do now. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? You bro, I know some women who didn't have a lot of bodies and they were pretty good. And I know some women who've been with a lot of men and they were pretty trash. So, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. What points did you agree with? What points did you disagree with? Leave your comments below and let me know what you thought. And if you got anything out of this video, hit that like button. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm out.